Easy people. Hoping this is working because it's been a bit funny. Today I'm going to show you. Oh, I hope you're all well out there, and that's what I should start with because I do. Today I'm going to show you how I make a tune, but actually how I make a tune that I'm going to put out. Usually I do a lot of tutorials where I just turn it off. I couldn't care less. It's just like an example of how you would do something. But this one is going to be something I'm going to put out. If you want to know what I already put out, you can see some of the music videos I've done on my channel, and also here. You should be able to see the recent tune what I've just put out. And this is going to kind of be a breakdown and building up, I guess, of how I do tunes. The difference with this is because when I'm making a tune, I slightly go more in depth, and there's no way I can just fit it all in one go, and there's no necessarily straightforward method to how I make them. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to just try to keep these short. So if it's something of interesting, like you're saying, well, that's interesting, it'd be nice to see how your workflow goes. This would be something worth watching. But if you were like looking for, well, how would I do a specific method on something? This is probably not where you want to look at it. Maybe you want to look at the tutorials, because I know I'm going to start ranting about things which are more about music than they are specific to the Akai Force. It's just general how you create stuff, things, what I tend to do. I don't know. If you like that kind of thing, then great. Please comment and definitely like it, because it'll make me say, right, well, I'll do more of this. So do you know what I mean? I'll look at this and I'll gauge if I show my methods as they really are, or just say, don't really matter, and then just do tutorials. Okay, so what I've done at the moment, and this is why I said it's breakdown build up, I started with a little kind of idea that I've already got to. I was doing it a different way around than I normally do. Most of the time I start with like a chop or the chords or whatever, and then I do the drums. But I thought, let me try something different. So I started doing drum patterns and working and blah, blah, blah. Got to a point of frustration, and then I said, oh, no. And then I found a sample that I quite liked. So here it is, this sample. And I thought, yeah, I'll just do something basic and we'll build it from there. This actually came from Machine Masters, like sample kit, an actual sample kit. So it was a test kit for Ghetto Gospel, I think Ghetto Gospel 2, but it's not the actual Ghetto Gospel 2, it's just like a sample test from that thing. So if you're ever like bone idle, or you're just saying, I'm not going to be stuck on YouTube trying to find things, or like me, I've got 90 billion records, but they're all boxed up, and I'm like, until I can move to somewhere where I can be bothered taking them out and that lot, a lot of stuff I have to source from things on my computer or YouTube. And like I say, if you want to do that, you can go to Machine Masters. There's also Main Sample, what's pretty good for that as well. And what they've done is there's some guys who've actually sourced loads of types of chops. So again, I personally think what's more important is getting a tune, not how the tune goes. I'm the Premiere school of things. Doesn't matter how somebody's used it, it's how you use it. So that's why if you look at the Premiere stuff, he's used stuff that loads of people have used, but they don't do it like him. I would say that's true. I'd say that's true of quite a couple of prominent producers, because it doesn't matter. Who cares who's first? It's who's better. It's not even who's better. Did they like what they did? Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, oh yeah, and they're not royalty free. If you use any of these kind of chops or samples, not royalty free. My version of that is you should do it anyway. It ain't going to make no difference. Publishing be damned, especially in these days, because the likeliness of you using a sample and it'd be worth even coming after you for that sample is like, it's almost lottery numbers now. There's a plus and minus to the modern internet and music industry. The plus is there's a lot more chances for a lot of people to do it. The minus is there's far less money in it, far less. So really, if you, I don't know, anyway, I'm not getting into that. Anyway, back to here and what I was saying. So I got that sample and I chopped it up. So like that, and then I got some drums and we came up with this. So what I tend to do and what I like to do is a thing that I call patterning. I don't know if it's a thing or not. I've only started to recently do this in fact, to tell the truth, I've only got back into writing tracks in the last like couple of years. I've stopped making music. I was doing other musicy things, but not actually making music, and not for myself. So I've only kind of got back into it. But one thing I've learned is this patterning thing. It's not learned, it's an observation. And I don't know if people do it, because a lot of times I used to just write a rap and I'd listen to a beat and I'd go blah, 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 and I'd have to find all the words. But with patterning, I found it better if I just mumble something out, and then all I have to do is kind of like, I've already got the jigsaw, I just need to know what picture I'm putting on there. And the reason for that as well is because I tend to write not about just the same old, I don't care who's got this many gats or how many cars somebody's got or how much drugs they've sold or weed they smoked, or who cares, I don't care. So I like to rap about things, just other things. I'll rap about shoelaces me if I find that interesting. So that's why I am. Anyway, I digress. Because of that, then I think and I believe what really hooks people with music is patterns, because it's like you're listening to patterns when you're listening to a drum beat, you're listening to a melody or whatever, you're listening to the pattern, that's what you like. So that's how I come up with a patterning. So what I've initially done at the moment is I was just kind of mumbling to myself, and then I said, oh, I've got a hook, so I kind of had a hook like, what is it? Something. So I'm going to kind of do that. I can't record that now because of the way I've set this up, but I recorded it previously. So what I'm going to do is going to go back to here. I've got my get grooves. I'll go back to there. I'll go into this project because I did one on an alpha, because I've got an alpha update, and I'll clear that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a where is it? I'm going to create a audio thing, and then I'm going to go down and find that sample, and I'll load that in. And I did another sample, so I'll load that in as well. So I've got them too. So what we have now is and what I'm doing actually is I'm kind of hanging behind the beat on the beat flow, and I've done that because I'm going to do that kind of on purpose, and then I'll do some more parts. And so I kind of do that, and I do a little kind of pattern like that. And when I'm doing the pattern, I might even say words, packet of crisp. And I might say that because it'll give me a little pointer to say, well, I could go somewhere with that. So I'll remember that. Oh, yeah, packet of crisp, and maybe I'll write the rap around that. I actually wrote a rap where I started with the last piece of the actual whole tune, and it was what was it? Two broken legs and a new metal back, and that was it. And it was like 4 minutes, so hell knows how many bars it was, because it had no chorus. I just did straight for finish, and then I said, right, Well, I'm going to do something where the end of the rap just says, and that's it, two broken legs and a new metal back. So again, sometimes it's just good to kind of do patterning and then put words in. That's my technique anyway, and you're welcome to have it and share it. There's no secrets to me. It's like you do what you do, and I'm hoping this helps. So that's what I'm going to leave it to for now. Just showed you drum pattern. The drum pattern was from a MPC expansion kit, new skills, and the only thing I've done is I've kind of messed with it. I've pulled out stuff. So I'll show before I've kind of gone on further than I wanted, but I detuned the kick. I didn't do anything with the snare. I made that half of that because that's like 8 bars. That was like, no, that was 4 bars long, but the pattern, what I did was 8 bars because I doubled it up. So if I go select here and I doubled that up somehow, again, like I say, sometimes I'm unsure, kind of going with kind of fog and then just start making a tune, but I got that pattern. So this is the basic drum pattern of it, which I can play here. Just play that and solo that. So it's just that. It has a bit of swing on some of it, and you can look at tutorials for how I do my swings and stuff like that. And yeah, that's it. And then I've just done that mumble thing, and I'm probably going to keep it pretty simplistic because less is more for toughness. If you ever want to make a tune sound hard, don't put loads of things in it. It waters them down. As an example, if you listen to a lot of that Griselda stuff, you'll see it's just really stripped down, like really, really stripped down. You start adding things that become more and more musical. It's neither a good or bad thing. It depends on what you want. But if you want something hard, keep it pretty stripped down. And yeah, I think that's it for now. If you like this or you're interested in me doing more of this, then don't forget to subscribe, obviously, but definitely comment. It'd be nice if you like it, but comment, say, and then I'll keep doing them. I'll show you the whole thing, and I'm going to try and keep these down to 10 minutes. Like I say, these are not tutorials. These are truly the techniques of me and how I build something. So it's going to be as random as random. So until next time, stay safe, and I wish you well. Peace.